I'm Tony Sklar with BNet TV. We are here at the Small Cell Congress in Berlin. I am speaking with Informa's Dimitris Mavrakis. How are you today, sir?
I'm very well. How about you?
Very well, thank you very much. This is the second year for the Small Cell Global Congress. It's a great event, and why don't you give us a brief overview of what the event's about, and then what your research has sort of involved when it comes to writing about this area.
All right, so this event focuses on small cells, obviously, which are anything that's not a macro cell. So this event is looking at all sorts of issues like placement, backhaul, power. The vendors are discussing it, the operators are sharing initial experiences, and generally discussing how to evolve the ecosystem and share the knowledge. Now, initially, small cells used to be femtocells only for the consumer space, for the home environment. But now small cells have grown, and they include use cases for enterprise environments, for train stations, for big stadiums. So the context of small cells has grown, and so has the event as well. So it used to be a much smaller event, now it has grown. The discussions taking place are much more wide, so there are a lot more topics, a lot more interesting, a lot more confusion perhaps, because many topics are still unaddressed. But we're looking into it from a research perspective. We're looking at all sorts of issues. So, for example, what's the business model of deploying a small cell? Why you need to deploy a small cell when there's Wi-Fi there? What's happening with frequency bands? What are best practices in terms of deploying, of backhaul, of power, and so on? So to summarize, it's still very early stages. So it's a good time for a conference. If you are a conference producer or a consultant, it's a good time. But still there's a lot of discussion that needs to take place.
Dimitris, what was the reason, or what is one of the reasons that the consumer side of the femto small cells took off fairly well, got some really good traction, and then the enterprise turned around and said, hey, wait a second, this is a really good idea. We can use these to deploy in certain areas where we need backhaul core infrastructures.
All right, so the controversial, if you may, answer to that is that the enterprise business for the mobile operator is more profitable. So it's the premium customers that they want to keep. And many operators have already deployed small cells in the enterprise and offer them for free, just to make sure that they hold these big accounts. Now, on the other hand, on the consumer environment, it has taken off. It was the first deployment of small cells, but on the other hand, it's a little bit trickier than operators had expected because, first of all, it's costs, the femtocell, the access point costs, and secondly, it's very difficult to explain to the average subscriber what it does. So, and the enterprise environment is perhaps a better fit because there are these accounts may be millions worth, so it's very, very profitable for the mobile operator. So perhaps the cost is not a big driver there. And also retaining the customer is very important. So the operator, they jump to enterprise and then to public spaces in order for the business case to work better.
Was there some good use cases and test cases that inevitably came out of the consumer side where they were able to say, okay, you know, here are some of the holes for the fragmentations within the consumer market space. Can't make that same mistake over here in the enterprise space. Plus, we have to make sure that with all the different technologies involved, LTE, other 4G technologies, spectrum, band space, that all of those issues need to have sets of guidelines so that there's interoperability.
Well, you have to bear in mind that when the consumer femtocell proposition took off, it was very early. So that's why there were so many teething problems. But now going into enterprise and other areas, the vendors and the operators know, they have experience. So they will not necessarily repeat the same mistakes. But the scale is now bigger and there are more problems and more challenges. And this is what is being discussed here in the conference. Placement, power, backhaul, and so on, the business model. So they have learned about the core nature of small cells, but there are still issues to be resolved.
Dimitris, Thanks for taking the opportunity to speak with us here today at the Small Cell Global Congress. Hope we get a chance for an update again in the future.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the opportunity.
I've been speaking with Dimitris Mavrakis from Informa here at the Small Cells Global Congress in Berlin. I am Tony Sklar with BNet TV.